And we are live. Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the CFL podcast. And listen, I asked y'all on Instagram, I asked y'all on YouTube. I said, would you like me to bring Mr. Tuck back after the game? Because a lot of y'all was a little too confident. Y'all was like, bring him back after the game. Let's see if he's gonna be talking in. I did it at y'all request. Here he is. All right, so back and they gotta eat their crow. All right, I told them they got to eat their crow. So listen, so first of all, let me say this: I appreciate you being on the show. All right,
I appreciate you having me, bro. Straight up.
Especially after that game, I know we was gonna have to do this again.
I appreciate you having me, man.
And now this is all about you, kind of being
about us. It's about us.
Yeah,
about us.
But just being the voice for South Carolina State, since they don't get much coverage, right? So,
right.
My first question. What's the vibe like in Orangeburg now that y'all have won? That y'all are champions now?
Man, victorious, man. This like, like they love to actually say over there, we expected to be here. We expected to win. Not many people really expected us to win. That's not a Bulldog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we expected to actually win that game. We know what we had. We know what kind of dogs we had. We felt the disrespect that was continued throughout these last couple weeks, leading up to the game, not just by Jackson State, but by the media, by the press, by the Celebration Bowl themselves. And we understand that, Deion brings a lot of light to the table that we can benefit from. We're not mad at Deion. We're not mad at anybody. Listen, we there were so many people who did not know what kind of team South Carolina State was. They had no idea what kind of school South Carolina State is. There were some people who had never even heard of South Carolina State. So we appreciate the let's say platform, the opportunity to show what kind of Bulldog spirit we have, what kind of fans we have, the love for the institution that we have, and not only I'm saying from the players, but the coaches, the staff, the band, the administration, those who have passed on, just family stuff, man. We celebrate this for them. People who have lost loved ones during the COVID, you know what I'm saying? We celebrate for everybody, that's been doubted, that's been counted out, that's a Bulldog, because we were so disrespected, man, leading up to this game that it shocked us.
Right.
So because we're used to this side of the world, the MEAC world, and everybody in MEAC know who we are.
Right.
So coming from that Third Coast area, that whole Mississippi, Louisiana, all them people over there, they don't really know about South Carolina State like that. So we were shocked, bro. So that's why we were so excited. That's why we were so elated, and that's why the vibes are so high. Because you have to think about it. That Friday morning, we had the president of the United States to do the commencement.
Right.
And then Saturday, you win the whole Celebration Bowl. That can't do nothing but do phenomenal things for your school, man. And, for your students, man. But but the entire community. We came together yesterday. There were people who hadn't seen each other in years, man. Yesterday was like a big homecoming for us. And the fact that those guys dominated out there, man, the entire game. And, fans, man, were so excited, man. We had people leaving there, man, shedding tears, man, because they were so happy, and so proud, So that's the vibe, man. It's just victorious.
I love it, bro. All right, so as far as the actual game, what were your thoughts? What were the thoughts that you took away from that game, bro?
It went how I thought it was gonna go. Jackson
Really?
State. Well, yeah. So me knowing that defense, being around that team for so long, like I have, I know those guys, man. I know those Bulldogs, man. I've been around them. And this is one thing I know for a fact is that we can start slow on defense sometimes and offense sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That gives those coaches, let's say a chance to kind of settle in and get used, feel a vibe for what they're doing.
Right.
And we also knew that those young men had never played in front of that many people before. So you had to get those jitters out the way, right? And you know what I mean? But once all that go away, now it's man on man. And now we come to play. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and now we're going to see what kind of dogs y'all got versus our dogs. Okay? Because guess what? Coaches can't play. Yeah, you know what I mean? Now it's just me and you, my brother. So what you going to do? And see, the thing is, whenever Jackson State drove, right, and it scored, right, you would have thought that they hadn't won the game. Because everybody, nigga, I told y'all about to get hurt. Y'all about to get smoked. I know those young men, bro. Like, they are some savages, man. Like, they're different. They are trained different. They're strength and conditioning coach, man. My guy said Quinn, man. He's a dog himself. So he trains them for that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? He humbles them, he breaks them down, and then he trains them to just never give up, right? No matter no matter what the adversity is, it's mental, right? So I knew once they scored, in my mind, you can listen. The woman sitting next to me was telling the same thing. She was like, "You're so confident, right?" You know what I told her? Because I know those dudes. That's the last time Jackson State scored. I promise you.
Right.
That's gonna be the last touchdown they scoring. Now,
that so actually brought me. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. So once they scored, that was like, that's it.
Oh, see, that was
oh. Say what now?
No, go ahead.
Nah, your screen froze on me a little bit.
You hear me?
So I can hear you, okay. But I can't.
We good now?
Okay, we good. I got you now. I think I got you now.
All right. Okay.
So you had a question though? What you saying?
Oh yeah, so that was I thought you was gonna finish. So that brings me to my next question, right? I was gonna ask if after the first touchdown that JSU scored, what was the vibe on stateside, right? Like what was y'all thinking? Was there ever doubt at that point?
Well, for those, so that's kind of two-sided, because you know how you have fans who don't really know football. So they thinking like, oh Lord, man, oh, come on, defense, man. You know what I mean? But for true Bulldog fans that know football, we knew, man, listen, you gotta play 4 quarters for us.
Right.
With that defense, you gotta play 4 quarters for us. So that little one, that little one touchdown wasn't gonna really, do nothing for us, because we knew that was gonna be their last time scoring on us. We knew it. We knew it, because we knew the work that those young men had put in. They studied their butts off against those. Listen, they have been studied. That defense coordinator, man, my guy Saxon, man, he is a genius, man. So, we knew, we anticipated that. We knew that they had that, we had a game plan. We knew that we had 2 of the best corners there was. So we knew that we could stop the run, and we knew that we can stop their receivers. So, we kind of expected that, man. Like, guys who really follow football and guys who actually know South Carolina State football, we didn't really, We expected that because that's bulldog football, man. Like we are tenacious.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
you know what? I kind of want to segue into Corey Fields, right? Because we saw the first half performance, and like I gotta admit, even I was like, man, they might gotta sit Corey. Like he looking a little nervous. He's looking like he ain't really ready for the moment. And then in the second half, I don't know what they said to him at halftime. I don't know what the game plan was. He came out and he was hitting every throw. That 30-19 play that he converted to Wolverine, that was a beautiful throw. And I was just looking at it like,
fourth and 19.
What guy?
4th and 19.
4th and 19, right? And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, what got into Corey? So, like, speak on that a little bit. Like, what got into Corey?
Let me tell you something, man. Corey's a wonderful kid, man. He has been a phenomenal young man. He's one of those young men that's not really going to talk much, but he's going to go out there and perform. And he's one of those kids, man, where he can make a mistake, but mentally, man, he knows how to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? And he's one of those young men that are that's been through so much throughout his career, right? Personally, you know what I mean? And he battled back, like last year, man. He had a horrible 2020 with some personal loss that he had to battle through. And we have so much respect for that young man character, his character, that is. So when he goes through those little hiccups, we know Corey for real. So we know that on big stages like this, Corey's gonna show up. Right. You know what I'm saying? Corey's gonna show up. Corey showed up when everybody doubted him. He showed up against Norfolk, right, to put on the show. He showed up. Everybody doubted. Everybody said Norfolk gonna kill South Carolina State, which they didn't. And then they were saying, "Oh, your Corey Fields is garbage. He's sorry. We got the best DBs in the nation." And that's all right. You're gonna see. But one thing that he does do well, he listens to coaches. Okay. Right. And that's all they had to do, man. Was just talk to him. Not only just him, but the entire team had to just settle down. Once you get past the hype and everything like that, like I said, man, it's just football, man on man. So now we can go like we in the backyard playing football now. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what it is with them, man. They outside playing football. It's not about the crowd. Like, it's not about anything with that, because we don't have no cameras following us 24/7. Right. We just used to playing football. You know what I'm saying? So Corey is just a guy that came from Baptist Hill High School that put up some huge numbers in high school that we were blessed to get, and he has put up some phenomenal numbers, man. The hell with what the doggone doubters say, man. That young man, listen, him and Shaq Davis, they solidified themselves. Listen, man, they put Charleston on the map yesterday. They put Charleston on the map, man. Somerville, man, Baptist Hill High School, stand up, man. Charleston County, stand up. You know what I'm saying? But we had fun, man, watching those guys, man, connect. We knew Corey was in his bag when he started making those little passes. We said, "Oh, okay. Oh, he feeling it now.
He feeling it.
Number two going in his bag. Number two going in his bag." When he completed the 4th and 19, my homeboy texted me that used to play for South Carolina State. My homeboy texted me say, "Corey in his bag. Corey in his bag. In his bag." So whenever Corey in his bag, he's unstoppable.
Now, it's funny that you bring up the cameras, right? Not having cameras following you around. Before the game, I don't know if you were on social media, but there were plenty of celebrities who were shouting out Jackson State, even came to their practices. You saw Snoop Dogg, Jamie Foxx, Ha Davis, Desi Banks, Snoop, like, all these celebrities. Yeah. And I was wondering, like, well, I wonder, did anybody come to see South Carolina State? Did Jeezy come to talk to South Carolina State?
No.
And how they felt about that. I thought that was a little, disrespectful a little bit. That y'all didn't get the love.
We have been disrespected the entire week.
Mm-hmm.
The entire week leading up to the game, we have been disrespected. Listen, we don't want the cameras. For one. Two, we don't need no celebrities. That's fake love. None of those people were at Jackson State prior to Deion coming, and whenever Deion leave, they ain't coming back to Jackson State. They're there because of Deion Sanders, and that's it. That's the only reason why they're coming up in there dancing and FaceTiming and you would whatever, because of Deion Sanders. Deion, he's that man's a marketing genius.
That he is.
Marketing genius. He is the greatest at it. You know what I'm saying? Verbally and all that. Okay, my man, we give him all the props. Okay, but at the end of the day, let me tell you, you got to come outside and play with the dogs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all that, wearing shiny suits and shiny helmets and all that stuff, that's cute. But guess what? When you run up and get that block S, you got problems on your hand. You know what I'm saying? Because we come from a different background. A lot of those kids come from nothing, and they playing for something. And yesterday, they were playing for the chance to put their names within the history books.
Right.
That's what it was about with us. We had been disrespected. We watched a whole 30-minute interview of Deion Sanders, with the whole Celebration Bowl press conference. The man ain't say South Carolina State name not one time. Didn't even say Buddy Pugh name not one time during the interview. But whenever Buddy Pugh came up, they asked Buddy Pugh about 4 questions about Deion Sanders and Jackson State, right? And then then they came back and said, "Oh, well, we want to know about the 5-star recruit that he got."
Travis
Hunt. Deion, right? But then Deion get up there, right? They don't ask Deion nothing about South Carolina State. Don't ask him nothing about Buddy Pugh. You know what I'm saying? So we being felt the whole disrespect, and my man right there talking about keep the energy next year, bruh. We've been having that same vibe for the last 40 years.
Facts.
Y'all ain't won nothing since 2007, brother. Yeah? So y'all got to get y'all weight up. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's
we could listen. Numbers don't lie. People do. You know what I'm saying? Numbers don't lie. We listen. We're not being braggadocious at all, like y'all have been. We just told y'all we used to winning. That's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. Bro, I was on my my Bulldog port, my Bulldog page today, right? And a lot of people kept jumping to my inbox, right? Right, JSU people, right? Jumping to my inbox, right? JSU people and whatnot, saying, you being disrespectful. Woo, woo. And I'm like, bro, y'all were disrespectful for 2 weeks. Our band director came on camera talking trash about us. Right?
He definitely did.
Y'all players doing sideline, whatever, saying we're gonna murder South Carolina State. We said nothing about y'all.
Right.
We said nothing about y'all. But we come wax that ass, and now, guess what? It's no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Hey,
so now I'm supposed to be humble and quiet now. Huh? You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. Listen, we used to this. You understand? One guy said, but y'all 7-5. So what that say about y'all? Y'all lost to a 75 team.
And That's because I see a comment in here from Terry Harris. He says, "Funny thing is, South Carolina State couldn't climb the ladder while North Carolina A&T was in the conference." So would you like to address that comment?
Listen, they can say what they want to say. They couldn't climb the ladder without Deion. Huh? What did they do prior to Deion? They fired Coach Hendricks, right? They got rid of Coach Hendricks.
They did,
right? Okay, which they were 5-7. Okay, tell me when was the last time they won the SWAC? And then we'll talk. And tell me when was their last winning season, and then we'll talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know that's what I'm saying. While North Carolina was there, right? While A&T was there, we was always either tied or second. Were we not?
That's facts.
That's fact. Okay, so you got to work. You got to check the numbers before you just start typing with us. You got to check the numbers. You understand?
Right.
We've had the same coach for 20 years. Then prior to that, another coach for another 20 years. That's tradition. Huh? We got 6 players. We have 6 players that's in the NFL right now. How many they got in the NFL?
I'm not even sure on that. Hey, somebody in the comment section, let me know.
Zip Zada.
Hey, y'all about to have a couple more on the way too.
A couple more on the way. Hey, okay, listen, brother, we didn't want to be this. We wasn't trying to be braggadocious and all this, but when you come after those Bulldogs, this is what happens. You see what I'm saying? You can't, you can't match dogs and cats. We different. You know, dogs and cats different. You understand what I'm saying? You know, we got Hall of Famers walking in the middle of the field, man. Huh? Come on here, man.
Hey, you know what? So after Corey Fields, right, a guy who I was impressed with from the jump was, of course, Shaquan Davis, aka Baby Megatron. I mean, the man had 95 yards, 3 touchdowns going off, right? I was anticipating that matchup.
You saw that Deion dance, right?
Yeah, I saw that. And I'll kind of elaborate on Shaq in his performance too, because I was absolutely, I know what he can do, right? He averaged 20 yards a catch for the past 2 seasons, and then he comes in this game and he averages 19 yards a catch. I think after this game he was trending on Twitter. He was number 3. The scouts are definitely gonna know who he is if they didn't already. Just elaborate on that for me.
I am beyond proud of Shaq. He grew up yesterday. Everybody that follows South Carolina State football knows what kind of special player Shaq is. And there have been games where Shaq didn't show up.
Right.
And it's disappointing only because you know how special Shaq is. So it kind of it hurts when you don't see a man reach his full potential. And Shaq is one of those kids, man. He's one of the best kids, man. You want to meet, man's personality is just phenomenal. I mean, he's a great kid, man. You know, so we knew, just me personally, none of those DBs could stop Shaq. You know what I mean? Physically, bro, I knew that, bro. Bro, I mean, he's 6'5", man. I mean, you know what I mean? Can run and jump, man. Man, I see this man do all kind of wheel mill, you know what I'm saying, wheel mill dunks. I mean, I ain't talking about just regular dunks. I'm talking about like real winning dunk contest dunks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I knew if he came out, man, and just, you know, played his game, man, they weren't going to, they were not going to have an answer for him, man. Like, I knew it. Like, we kept seeing glimpses of it all year. We just kept seeing glimpses of it all year, man. And we were so excited to see that he finally put it all together.
Right.
He finally put it all together, and we are so proud of him. We're elated for him, not only him, but the whole Somerville community. That that's what he represents.
Mm-hmm.
And those wide receiver coaches, man, worked hard with him. Just not them, man. Just the whole staff just kept giving him confidence, man, boosting him up. You know what I'm saying? Letting him know, listen, bro, you got this. Like, because all we heard was their DBs are this and their DBs and safeties are that, right? The whole headache game and all that. They gonna murder them and do all. They gonna come in headache game.
Ooh.
That's all we kept hearing. But I ain't had to take no Tylenol yesterday.
Ooh. Hey, Tuck, check this out.
This morning.
We got a couple questions, right? So my boy Blue Blood, shout out to the Blue Bloods podcast. Y'all, please go check out his content. He knows the most about FBS and FCS when it comes to college football more than any of us, right? So go check out his channel, right? Salute the Blue Bloods, right? But he has a question for you. He says, what do you think changed for Fields from the first to the second half?
Coaching. He trusts the coaches. You know what I mean? Like I say, he's not a leader by voice. You never hear him, you will never hear him, talking loud and being boisterous or anything like that. He's not a verbal leader. And sometimes he can get down on himself. But when he listens to constructive criticism and when he doesn't get down on himself, he's dangerous.
Right.
And so I think that when they went in and they made adjustments, like that's what halftimes are for. And they made adjustments and he settled down because I'm telling you, bro, once you realize that you can beat somebody, like when we scored going into halftime, right? And we scored and then we came down with the field goal. Now we up 10-7. There's this different level of confidence that comes in because now you realize they're not who we thought they were.
Right.
And so now it's like, listen, now you can block everything out, right? And you can go behind, you can mentally, right? You can go back right to the bird where we practice at, right behind the doggone tennis courts in that raggedy field. And now you can go back there and really have your way because that's what Bulldogs, that's where we're made, man. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, they are trained to just gut it out, right? No matter how many mistakes you make, that's Bulldog tenacity. And that's what he showed yesterday. Like, listen, he made a couple of mistakes, but man, he came back, man, that second half, you know what I'm saying, one or two throws will change your confidence, and not to mention, he had, Megatron stepping up because you're only as good as your receivers.
Right.
And if they weren't catching those balls yesterday, then we wouldn't be sitting here talking right now. You know what I mean? Right. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. And then that brings me to the South Carolina State defense, right? Because we knew going into it, Jackson State ain't really have a run game. It never had a run game all season, except for only a couple of games. But what we did know they had was an exceptional passing game, right? We knew they had a plethora of receivers who all had at least 30 receptions for over 300 yards this season. So we were kind of wondering, well, how is South Carolina State going to stop that? Because they got 5 receivers and State to them only had Jacoby and they didn't even know about Zafir Kelly. So Zafir comes out and he holds his own versus Malachi.
Dog.
He's Corbin like a dog, right? And then we know what Jacoby did. Jacoby almost had a pick right late in that game. I think he let that one go. But Zafir Kelly was somebody who I was really impressed by. So just speak on both of those guys, him, BJ Davis, and just how well they handled the BJ
Davis is a dog. BJ, listen, That's one of my favorite players, not on South Carolina State team, but just within the nation, man. BJ Davis is my guy. Him, the Blonsky Green, and all those guys, those are my dudes, man. Like, those are my guys. But, talking about the DBs, man, listen, Kelly has been stepping up all year. He's all MEAC.
Right.
He's all MEAC. But it gets kind of, let's say, overshadowed because of, the Kobe. Right? But they two twins. I mean, you ask me. And there are not many receivers that's going to beat those guys. Period. You know what I mean? Especially, listen, man, especially not in the SWAC or MEAC. So I already knew going in which man you talked about, right, Thursday, right? And I told you they had never seen two DBs like this. They had never seen two DBs like this because, see, they think, we got all these transferred and they came from this and they came from this school, this one. I don't care. South Carolina State believes in player development. Right. And they had developed two of the best corners that I have ever seen.
All right.
And that, that's just how it is, man. So I knew that Shador, who is a great quarterback, by the way. I'm not knocking Shador at all. He some people feel like, he had a bad game. I got to think about it. That man's a freshman doing this.
Just a freshman.
That man's a freshman, man. That man gonna be a problem in a couple of years, man. You know what I'm saying? He was a problem this year. So I know he's gonna be a problem next year. Right. But we talking about the now, and just in my opinion, he had not seen two, DBs like that. He saw the DB from Fam. You got a Fam has a pretty good DB / safety. He's pretty good.
Marquise Bell.
Yeah. He's very good. But they had never seen two DBs like this. So I knew that, Jacoby was going to go out there and earn his money, and Kelly, Mr. Zero, we knew that he had been disrespected because nobody was talking about him, and he was just ready to put, to let the world know who he was, and allow him to reintroduce himself.
Right.
So yeah, okay. I'm pretty proud of those guys.
So Mario has a question. Shout out to Mario. He said, "How did y'all lose to FAMU and Alabama A&M? Explain that."
Well, that's easy. We don't believe in shoulda, couldas, and wouldas, but we should have beat A&M. Period.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, people that watch the game know that we lost by a fluke to A&M. You know what I'm saying?
I saw that.
You know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't have lost that game. So we'll take that L. That FAMU game, we had 5 defensive starters missing. 5 defensive starters missing. And we had like two key players from the offensive side, missing. So once we got in that first half, we just couldn't bounce back. But granted, now Fam ain't hardly scored that second half now. You know what I'm saying? Fam ain't had because we're a second half team. We just couldn't get the offense to kind of pick up, during that first half. But during that first half, know that second half. But no excuses, right? Fam beat us fair and square. Yeah, yes, we missed. We were missing 5 starters from the defense, so they were basically playing with the doggone second team out there, man. But we lost, hands down, just like they lost yesterday. But no excuse. We lost. Fam's a great team, but I feel like if we were, fully manned, it may have been a different outcome. Who knows? you know, and we'll see them again next year. So it is what it is. But yeah, those two losses right there, like there's nobody who can tell me, there's nobody who watched that Alabama A&M game can tell me that we didn't win, like we, you know, so we shouldn't have won that game. Like
Exactly.
I mean, everybody know that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Two fluky
Now,
losses.
I see another question here from underscore who says, Terrance, what do you think JSU should do on offense to get better? Do you like their offensive coordinator? Do you think their offensive coordinator did enough to help Shador out with the zones that you guys were throwing at him?
Their offensive line. They have to shore up their offensive line.
Most definitely.
Because let me tell you something. Their running back, he's a beast. He's a beast. Like they did not help him out yesterday. They didn't. Listen, man. And you hear me talk about South Carolina State, you know what I'm saying? But I'm no hater, bro. I mean, you know, I know talent when I see it. Shador's, he gonna be a beast. And that running back, he is a beast.
Which one? Pickett, Marshall.
Number 22.
The Dreads.
Yeah, Dreads.
Yeah, that's Pickett. Yeah, okay.
He's a beast, man. He's fast. I mean, you know, I'm just but we just know how to tackle real well. But you know, their line did not really give them boys no help yesterday. And you can say, you know, that it was us, but I saw that, you know what I'm saying, versus Prairie View as well. You know, it took them a while to kind of get going. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that running back that they have, man, you give him some holes, he dangerous.
Exactly.
Because no DB want to see him running at you. Like no safety and no cornerback wants him to see, you know what I'm saying, wants to actually see this guy, you know what I'm saying, running at them, man. So luckily, you know what I'm saying, we were able to kind of close the gap real fast on him. You know what I mean? You know, and kind of disrupt what they had going on. I mean, but I wouldn't put it past him. Listen, man, if Dion go out, man, recruit, man, some real linemen, not only us, but everybody gonna have problems.
Hey, I feel you on that. All right.
Yeah.
And you know, another question I have for you, right, is even after y'all won the Celebration Bowl, the narrative is still, why did JSU lose? It's not, nobody was really talking about South Carolina State winning it. It was JSU losing it. What did they do wrong? You know, so in your opinion, why can't the MEAC seem to get any attention? Like, why does nobody?
So let me tell you. See, now I've been around South Carolina State all my life since birth. My uncle was the voice for the Bulldogs for 20 years. My aunt, man, she's in the Hall of Fame for basketball. 5 of my cousins went to South Carolina State.
That is dope.
My mom used to work at South Carolina State. So I've been going to South Carolina State games since I was in Pampers. Okay. So I have been a part of this tradition for a long time. And what I can tell you is there's a huge disconnect with the SWAC and MEAC. The SWAC, very respectable conference. A lot of tradition. They probably have the hugest fanfare there is. Their fanfare is way better than our fanfare. Way better than our fanfare. We can't even compete with their fanfare. However, they live in their own bubble. They don't like, their people think that the SWAC is the only conference that has, you know, historical black colleges. You know what I'm saying? The MEAC, we see everybody because we're so close affiliated with all conferences, meaning levels, right? You know, CIAA, all that. Like we kind of cross collide some, right? So we're affiliated with all these different conferences. And you know, prior to Hampton leaving first, Hampton left first, right? And then whenever Hampton left, then A&T left, right? And then lo and behold, Fam leave and then Bethune leaves. And now everybody was like, oh, what the MEAC gonna do? The doggone MEAC, it's over for the MEAC, right? What did A&M say? The MEAC is over with.
Yeah, they
A&M say that? The MEAC is over with. They done, right? Stick a fork in them.
Right.
That's what they said, right?
They did say that.
Okay. So my thing is this here. It don't matter who lead the MEAC. We in the MEAC. So as long as you dealing with the MEAC, that means you got to deal with us.
Right.
And we understand that a lot of that stuff is politics that we can't get into. You know, we just know that we ain't leaving the MEAC. And, you know, we were so happy for North Carolina Central when they beat Alcorn that first game, the MEAC SWAC champions. We were so happy because we kept hearing the narrative. The SWAC can't, you know what I'm saying? The MEAC can't beat the SWAC. Listen, there are so many good, phenomenal teams within the SWAC. I promise you. But y'all had some trash teams too. Y'all had some trash teams too. And let me tell you this right here. And I don't know who's listening. But y'all better look out for doggone Mississippi Valley.
I've been saying it.
Okay. Y'all better listen and watch. Be careful. Lock your doors. Hide your kids. Hide your wives. Because that young boy that coached Mississippi Valley State ain't playing no games, man.
Coach Dancy. Yeah.
That boy got a chip on his shoulder, man.
I swear.
Yes. He's a proud Jackson State, you know what I'm saying, former football. You know, former football player. A proud one. But that young man has a vision. And he's a tough-nosed young man. And he's going to bring that program from the dust. And I'm telling you, anybody that got to line up against them doggone Red Devils next year, don't think it's going to be some, you know what I mean? Like, don't think it's going to be just easy pickings. Yeah. But see, that's the thing, man. We get excited for our players whenever, you know what I'm saying, Central does well. We get excited when Howard does well. You know, it's like, man, we saw Howard get 6 3-stars and we got excited.
Yeah,
like,
that's nobody talking about it. And nobody's talking about it. Right? Huh?
We got
nobody.
Bro, listen, man, Howard signed your boy's son, man. James, running back. James used to play for the Colts. He's played for the Colts.
Just Edgerrin James.
Edgerrin James. His son. Signed his son. He a beast. But they got 3. See, because we like competition.
Right.
That helps the conference. They go out and win. Right. Central win. Right. Dale State. Man, we were so happy to see Dale State be competitive this year. We loved it.
They defense was out this season.
Bruh, we got upset when their running back left. We like, dog, why you leaving? Don't leave because you make the conference better. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of teams, we hate it when A&T left. Like, we hate them as a school as far as just rivalry, but we love them as brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, you know what I mean? So we hate it when they left. We hate it when fam left because we have so much, we have so much history with fam. And we definitely hate it whenever, you know what I'm saying, Bethune left. You know what I'm saying? So it was like 3 or 4 breakups that we were trying to get over. But at the same time, we realized that the MEAC has something special to offer. And yes, we have about 6 or 7, 8 teams, right? Maybe 16 football-wise. But basketball-wise, you still got Maryland Eastern Shore and you still got Coppin State. You know what I'm saying? And so we understand that, people are looking at the SWAC and they got 2 different, divisions and whatnot. All right, that's cool. That's fine. Y'all decide to do that. That's y'all. But we're going to keep it simple over here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it simple. We ain't having no MEAC championship and all that. We ain't doing all that. We'll let y'all go ahead, right? Go ahead. and slug it out. Slug it out. But we'll meet you in Atlanta.
I love it. We'll
meet you in Atlanta.
And you know what? I started thinking when I picked South Carolina State at the beginning of the year to make the Celebration Bowl.
You did do that. You did do that. You did. You did. You did that. You did that.
You know, stand up for you. I was thinking, like, can South Carolina State have the same kind of run that North Carolina A&T did, where you're seeing them going back to back to the Celebration Bowl? I think you can do it. You know, I went on record yesterday to pick y'all next year to go back. You know, and I'm sticking by that. It's like, what do you feel? Do you think State is in that position to make that run now?
Just being a bulldog, being a true bulldog, we don't want it to be easy. So we you know, of course we would love to go back, but we don't want it to be easy. And we want everybody to be, you know, to be competitive. We want, we want Morgan State to be competitive, Howard, Central, all these different schools. We want them to make it hard for us because we're gonna make it hard for them.
Right.
You see, but that makes us better as a conference, you know. And so if we do make it, hey, we'll come back and try to put on the exact same show. We would actually benefit from going back because that's going to help, right, with enrollment. We need it. We need it, bro. We need it. Just being real with you. North Carolina A&T, they're alumni that I'm very close with. They told me themselves that their enrollment went sky high when they started, you know, saying winning those Celebration Bowls. Their enrollment went sky high because that's national, national notoriety. There were so many people that was watching that game yesterday that had never heard of South Carolina State.
Right.
They didn't even know. I mean, they had never even they didn't even know our colors. Nobody had ever heard of Buddy Pugh. Right? But they all knew who Jackson State was. Those players were in the mall, and they said that they were talking to a couple, fans and stuff or whoever, people that work in the mall, I guess. And a couple of people said, "Oh, y'all the team that Jackson State is playing."
No.
Yeah, y'all the team. Yeah. The Kobe Durant went on record himself and said, a couple of people said, "Oh, y'all the team that Jackson State is playing." So that's why, but see, that's what I'm saying. That's why those players felt so disrespected, not just by Jackson State, but by the public, because we had been winning for so many years, yet nobody had ever heard of us. You see what I'm saying? And we just couldn't believe it. We were shocked. That's our fault. That's our fault to think that people would have known that we were, traditionally winners. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you this here. They know now. Definitely. And if we keep going back, brother, that's just not going, to just help us, but we need the enrollment. Right? And that is a great look for the state of South Carolina. And that's a great look for the city of Orangeburg. And like I said, Jackson State gets no knock to them. Okay. But Dion brought a lot of cameras to that, a lot of cameras to that school. We don't have a Deion Sanders. I'm sorry, we don't. Okay. So We just know how to, come out and survive with what we have. And listen, man, kudos to Jackson State. They had a phenomenal year. They have some phenomenal players, man. Like they got some dogs over there, man. Like, I'm not discrediting them. I'm not going on record saying they trash like they did us. They not trash. They not. We just had their number, but they not trash. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell you this here is that we're trying to get the notoriety so that we can recruit more individuals, not just for the football team, but for the basketball team, for the band. We had about 30 people on the band. Everybody saw that. That was we were pissed ourselves. We like, man, what is this?
Right.
The doggone son of boom came out there. Bum, 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 bum. We couldn't do nothing with that. We couldn't do nothing with that. Okay? Dion, listen. The downside, listen. The sonic boom is legendary. Okay? So we already know that we lost the band competition. Hey, we know that. Okay, we know that. But by us winning this Celebration Bowl, it helps us recruit more quality kids, and it helps us recruit more, more quality students, and we can get our budget straight to where we can actually recruit beyond South Carolina. We got a boy, my bad, not a boy, young man that committed to us yesterday by the name of Jordan Watkins.
I think he comes from Grimsley, right?
Yeah. Hard hitting safety. Okay, right out, and that guy got a 4.1 GPA. I mean, he's part of National Honor Society, but that's the kids that we looking for,
right?
Kids beyond football that's gonna be successful. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to say nothing bad about Deion Sanders, because what he's doing is phenomenal. He's bringing lights to historical black colleges, yes, but this week was all about JSU, and and we felt like we were a second thought. But I love what he's doing for historical black colleges, and I love what the SWAC is doing for historical black colleges. But we as the MEAC, man, we want to keep building for the institution of South Carolina State University, and we want to keep trying to bring in positive, phenomenal students to keep building our brand up. You know what I mean? And to show people that we're not a D2 school, and that we're a quality, that we're a quality program that produces NFL players.
Right. Now, just to keep on the subject of recruits, clearly, everybody, the whole country knows by now the number one recruit in the country committed to Jackson State. You said, when the MEAC gets kids, y'all are happy, but I want to know how y'all felt about Travis Hunter coming to JSU, the number one recruit, 5-star kid. How did y'all feel about that?
That was huge for not just JSU, but for the HBCU community. That was huge. Bro, that was gigantic.
Right.
Bro, I posted that on my page, and Bulldog fans, got a little mad at me. They were like, "What you doing? Bump JSU." I'm like, bro, this for the culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's bigger than that.
Yeah, because if players start seeing players like that go to JSU, they might start looking at a whole South Carolina State. Hey, might not be a bad idea.
The trickle down effect. I get
That's
it.
what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody got to lead the charge. And I think that so many people were wrapped up, so many Bulldogs were wrapped up in the fact that we playing Jackson State. They didn't want, they kind of didn't want to give it kudos on the time. I didn't care, because my thing was, man, Jackson State, they did something major, man. Like that was gigantic for their institution and for the SWAC, but more importantly, man, for historical Black colleges, period, man. And to see that young man have enough balls, to
make a decision,
go against the grain and make history. Like that's going to be big forever. And and just much respect to that young man, and and I wish him much success. Just not when just not when he play us.
Yeah, I get you.
But I wish him much success because he's a phenomenal talent. And you saw a lot of people's true colors when he committed. A lot of those big schools, a lot of those big school fans showed their true colors.
Mm-hmm.
They did. There were people burning Florida State. There were Florida State fans burning Deion jerseys. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Bro, it's not that deep. That man just
never that.
Yeah, he ain't, listen. Deion committed to the job, but that young man committed to their program. And that young man's going quick, man. He's going to wreak havoc, man, through the SWAC. And we was happy to see it.
Right. Now I got just two more questions. I'm gonna get you up out of here. I ain't gonna hold you too long.
Baby. Do your thing. I'm chilling.
All right. So me, right? As of yesterday, I said next year is gonna be a State versus JSU sequel.
Could be.
How you feel about it?
It could be. We definitely plan on. So we plan on going back. However, we have to work towards that. We don't do that. We don't get into the whole we going back, we doing this. We worry about that first game. That's what we worry about. Because, with Bulldogs, man, it's about a process with us, man. Right. Nobody believe, man, like they voted us number one, you know what I'm saying, during the preseason. But everybody thought that Norfolk State was going to win the mid. Period. Like, that's all you saw. There was some historical Black college, little pages that just kept posting Norfolk stuff. Norfolk. But I was telling people, one by one, man, day by day, you know what I'm saying, game by game, game by game. So if we can, be 1-0 each year, well, not each year, but each game, you know what I'm saying, 1-0 each game, then we'll see them again. But let me tell you something. They don't have to worry about us. They got to worry about the SWAC.
Because it's a gun. It's a gun.
A&M went Christmas shopping. They went to doggone Dillard's, Macy's, Ross, TJ Maxx. They went to Publix. They went about every player they could get, man. But the crazy part about that is that's the early signing period.
Right.
We ain't even got to February yet. Now, granted, we ain't seen what Jackson State gonna do either.
Yeah.
I ain't sleeping on Southern. I'm not sleeping on Southern, and I'm sleeping. But I'm definitely not sleeping on Grambling. And I'm definitely not sleeping on Mississippi Valley. And I'm definitely not sleeping on old Willie Simmons.
Can't
Florida. I ain't sleeping on Willie.
Can't sleep on Willie.
Willie corn, Willie crack corn. I don't care. I ain't sleeping on Willie. Because that young man, he's a phenomenal coach. And he has a phenomenal program that those young men have bought into. And I'm happy to see that. Whenever FAMU wins, that's good for historical Black colleges. That is, because they have a phenomenal brand, you know.
I
And
think
so
LeBron got in the uniforms, did he not?
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So whenever they win, man, it makes the whole, I mean, it just makes everybody look good. You know what I'm saying? And just them, you know what I'm saying, married to the marching 100, you know. And let me say this real quick, yo, because I believe, you know, I saw somebody say something. Listen, I ain't hating on our band. Okay? I'm not hating on our band. You gotta think though, but I'm used to something different, man. All my life, you know, I saw something different. So I'm not used to what we currently have. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm not used to what we currently have. My expectations are higher, and yours should be too. Yeah, all right.
Of course, always. Now, last question, right? Last question I want to ask you. So we know Howard got 6 3-star prospects. We know that they doing their thing with recruiting right now, but so is South Carolina State, right? Especially with the budget that they have. Who are you most excited to see? What freshmen are you most excited to see next year?
All of them.
Yeah, because I got mine right.
All of
that running back.
I'm excited to see all of them. I'm excited to see. Listen, I'm excited to see all of them. You know, mother loves all her child, right? you know her kids. But I'm excited for all of them. Here's why: because I believe in all of them. You know, and some of them, I'm happy. And I'm really happy that we got those 2 young kids from North Carolina. Here's why: because for about 3-4 years now, we could not recruit beyond South Carolina. You know, so I'm happy to see that we finally are starting to kind of dip back into North Carolina, right? Into NT background, like backyard, my bad. Backyard.
Twice.
Twice. Okay. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about those kids from Goose Creek. I'm really excited about those kids, man. They're actually best friends, right? The offensive lineman and the running back. They are 2 phenomenal kids that have won their share. You know, they have won their share of games down there. That doggone running back has put up some numbers, man. And that offensive lineman is just a freak of nature.
Right.
And we're excited about him as well. We're excited about a lot of those players, man, that's coming in. We're excited to see what happens in February because, traditionally, we're a second half recruiting team, meaning that we normally wait until February, to kind of get all our guys, man, to kind of, because we believe in, development, but it's not going to really hit that whole transfer portal thing like that, man. Buddy likes to develop his kids.
Right.
So we understand that, that's just not a party that we're going to. We understand, that it's popular. But like Bill Davis said, man, the old South Carolina State coach, man, before Willie Jeffries, we're going to dance with the girl that brought us to the party. Okay? So we're going to stick to what we've been doing for years. That's got us 18 MEAC championships. Okay? And we're going to wait it out and find the best kids, the best hard-nosed, mental tough kids, that fit our program. We're not chasing those guys that's bouncing from, bouncing from, program to program when they don't get their way.
Right.
We don't, you know what I'm saying? We want kids to come in as freshmen and learn how to be Bulldogs. And by their sophomore, junior years, that's who you got to line up against. That Bulldog that has so much tenacity within him that is about to that you about to feel all his pain. Okay, so that's who we are, and we look forward, to those young men coming in. We have so many young men that set out this year that redshirted this year. So we're excited about them. We have a lot of studs, that set out this year, man. So we're excited about them too.
Okay. Hey, Terrance, thank you again for coming on my live. I gotta have you on more. I hope you know that. Like this might have to be a recurring thing. I hope you know.
Listen, you can't scare me with a good time, brother.
Hey, I really appreciate it. And you, Terrance, and for everybody watching, I want y'all to know. For those of you who now know who Shaq Davis is, he's agreed to do another interview on this channel as well. So I'm gonna get him back on really, really soon. So be on the lookout for that.
Get Shaq on there.
Gotta get Shaq on, But hey, man, Terrance, thank you so much, bro. I'm gonna get at you once I'm done here, because like I said, I got to get you back on, bro. Most definitely.
Let me say this real quick, man.
Go ahead.
Bulldog born, bulldog bred. And when I die, I'm gonna be bulldog dead.
I hear that. Hey, I hear you on that. And one last question. Felicia Whitehead says, "Is Coach Pew leaving?"
No,
he ain't leaving.
No.
Okay, he ain't retiring.
Let me tell you something. This coming from the horse's mind himself, and it could be lesser, but because you never know how people's health may go from now to then. But Buddy Pugh at least has about 2 more years in him. At least. Yeah. 2 more years in him. At least 2 more years.
Okay. All right, so there y'all go. Coach Pew is not leaving anytime soon.
He ain't going nowhere. Trust me. But listen, Buddy ain't going nowhere. I promise you that.
I got you. Hey, thank you again, man. Like I said, I'm gonna get with you in a little bit.
All right, guys. Appreciate you, man. God bless those JSU Tigers, man.
All right, salute, man. Hey, all right, so there y'all have it, man. That was Mr. Terrance Tucker. Y'all asked for him, right? He was back on. Honestly, that ain't as bad as I thought it would. I thought y'all would be very upset, right? Especially after the way things happened. But y'all asked for him and I brought him back on. So there you go. Like I said, Shaq Davis will be on. He's agreed to another interview. He's going to be back on. Those of you who didn't know who he was before or didn't believe in how good he was before, but y'all know him now. This is your chance to get to know him a little bit better if you didn't watch the first interview. So I'm going to announce the date and the time that will be happening. I actually got to hit him up after I get off here. So I got to hurry up and go. But, hey, I really do appreciate y'all for taking the time out to come watch this live. Real talk, thank you for the $5 donation. I forgot to say thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. And with that being said, man, y'all are watching the CFL podcast. I really do appreciate you. And I'm out. Peace.